In this video, we're going to take a look at the benefits of a fountain for your above-ground swimming pool. Hey everybody, I wanted to take a chance here to tell you about my pool fountain, my swimming pool fountain, above-ground swimming pool fountain. I've had several people ask me about my fountain you've seen in some of my other videos. And we really enjoy our swimming pool fountain. There it is right there floating in the middle there. You can see it's connected. You may be able to see, I think, under the water there, it's connected by a tube to the outflow on the side of the pool there, over there by the intake, over there on the corner of the pool there. So basically the water's flowing out of the pool filter there, coming back into the pool, and instead of going directly into the pool, where we have an adapter on the hole where the water's coming back into the pool, we have a little tube, short little elbow tube adapter. It's got some holes in the side of it, and the water is flowing through that. There is a weight on the bottom of the pool to try to keep the fountain in place. There is a zip tie tied around the weight, and it's connected to the bottom of the fountain, and it's a 3-tier fountain. It sprays up in the air and makes a real pleasant splashing water sound if you're just sitting outside on your back porch or deck enjoying the afternoon or whatever. So the sound is very pleasant, and you know, some people may like, kids may like to play with it, splashing on them possibly. A lot of times when we get in the pool, we just turn the fountain off. I know my wife and daughter like to just turn it off so it doesn't get them all wet when they just like to float and sunbathe on the floats in the pool. But anyway, I'm going to turn it on and we'll take a look at it. Also, I'll have some other video and pictures in this video of the pool fountain turned on at night with our lights and things like that. So I'm going to turn it on real quick and let you take a look at it some more. Okay, I just turned it on, and you can see that it's capable of shooting up pretty high in the air. There's 3 different levels on it, 3 tiers, 3-tier fountain. And it's a very simple process. It's just squirting the water through the hose up through the plastic fountain there, up into the air. So just be quiet for a second, just listen to the water. Okay, so in addition to, you know, looking pretty with the splashing, falling water and sounding pleasant, another benefit for the fountain, which is very surprising, is the fact that as you get more towards the middle of the summer, your water in your pool may become very warm and kind of uncomfortable, not very refreshing getting into the pool in the middle of the summer, depending on where you live. If the water temperature, is getting, much higher, it's a little disappointing to get into the pool. Think it's going to be a little cooler and it's kind of hot. So with the fountain here, believe it or not, if you leave the fountain on at nighttime when the weather cools off, it actually is going to be blowing that water up into the air, and the air is cooler, the night air is cooler. So you'll be surprised that the water temperature for the fountain will actually cause the water temperature in your swimming pool to actually go down. So if the water's just sitting stagnant in the pool all the time and not getting thrown up into the air like it is with this fountain, then surprisingly it does work pretty well in making the water temperature cooler in your pool. So that is a big plus for some people. I know I had a friend a few years back got in my pool, and he had an Inground pool at his house, and when we got in the pool, he was surprised at how cool the water was. And I said, well, that's because we have this fountain. We run this fountain all the time, and it blows the water up in the air and cools cools the water off. So he was really surprised. So he said he was going to get himself one. Alright, so I turned the fountain back off so we can take a closer look at how it is connected. You can see there that I have a little elbow, an elbow shaped adapter piece that I have in the side of the pool, the return water coming out of the filter. I screwed a little piece in there that goes inside it, and have a little elbow piece coming out of that. So when you order this, I'll put a link in the description for you to for the fountain, but when you order it, it's also going to come with a little bag that has multiple different adapter pieces depending on what type of pool you have and what type of setup you have. So you're just going to have to experiment with those adapter pieces and see what's going to work for your particular pool, your particular situation, on the threads on the piece on the side of the pool and that sort of thing. So an adapter piece, an elbow, it has 3 holes. That little elbow piece has 3 holes on each side of it. One, you can only see 2 of the holes right now because the other hole is covered with the tubing. And also in your little bag that will come with the fountain, you'll have the little clip there that you'll tighten to secure the hose onto the elbow piece. And you can see the tubing going under the water. Also in your fountain, you'll have the little fountain, the weight for the fountain, probably some zip ties also, I believe. You may want to get your own bigger, thicker zip ties. They will deteriorate over time, the zip ties, so that is one thing you'll have to do from time to time, is re-secure the weight on the fountain with some fresh zip ties. The fountain itself, our original one that we had, it lasted for a good number of years. I'd say a good 5 years or so at least. It is plastic with the water being, having chlorine in it. We use chlorine now in my pool. So over a period of time, it is possible for the chlorine to do a number on the fountain, and for it to spring leaks. We actually put some flex tape, which didn't look that great, but we actually, on the old fountain we actually put some flex tape on it for a while, and that kept it from leaking. But finally it just got too bad, and so this is our second one. So a good 5 years or so on your fountain for lasting outside in the sun and the water and taking the beating. So that's pretty good. And again, you're not talking about something that costs a whole lot of money here. So for it to last a good 5 years and bring you, some pleasure with it, and the benefits that it has, so it's really worth the money. It's not that bad. All right. So what else I want to talk about here? I want to talk about briefly. I want to talk about the hose connected to this. All right, this hose is actually hose from my original fountain. Okay, so when I ordered my replacement fountain, the tubing or the hose was a different type of tubing, and my motor that I have on my pool is actually a 1.5 horsepower motor, and so I'm not sure what the problem was with that. I don't know if my motor was so powerful with the 1.5 horsepower. I don't know what it was, but the new tubing I was having some problems with, and so I decided to use my old tubing. So that would be my only concern for you when you order this. I want to shoot straight with you. Is when you order it, if the tubing that they send with the new fountain is not the same tubing that I have with this one. I don't know, I may have bought this one somewhere else, the original one somewhere else, I don't really remember, but this is the same fountain, but the tubing was a little, I would say it was inferior to the original tubing. So it may not be a problem for you, everything may be fine, but I decided to use the original tubing with my old fountain, and everything's worked fine since then. So that would be the only thing is, you know, be aware of the tubing situation. So, you know, it's not very sturdy, and so I would just say, you know, if you're having any problems, you may have to find an alternate tube situation to connect the water flow. So that would be just something to keep an eye on. Other than that, everything works fine, and it's really cool. So that is about our 3-tier floating plastic fountain. Easily set up, pleasant sounds, pleasant splashing water, and also the benefit of cooling the water down. Everybody likes our fountain, and you come out here and you have it splashing, and you're sitting on our, you know, we have a pretty nice extensive outdoor deck over there, as you can see in the distance there. And so sitting back there with the water splashing is very pleasant. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll put a link in the description again to this fountain. And if you haven't seen any of my other swimming pool videos, I have quite a few of them now on my YouTube channel. I made a playlist with all of those videos in there. So if you want to check out some of the other items I discussed about the above ground swimming pools. And thanks for your support. And we're doing really well. My swimming pool videos are I'm doing really well with those. So I appreciate everybody watching those and supporting me. Welcome your comments. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And thanks for watching.